Have you ever felt overwhelmed, not by a task or a challenge, but by someone you love? That feeling of being utterly consumed, like you're drowning in their presence, even though you cherish them deeply. It's a complex emotion, a blend of affection and a desperate need for breathing room. Perhaps you find yourself in a crowded space, the energy of others pressing in, and you long for the solace of solitude, wishing for just a moment of quiet, a sanctuary where you can hear your own thoughts untainted by the voices and demands of the outside world, a place where you can simply be without the pressure to perform or engage. A quiet street, a peaceful room, a solitary walk. These can be lifelines in a sea of constant connection. It's that sinking feeling when your phone buzzes for the 10th time, each notification a little demand on your attention, a tiny tug on your already frayed nerves. The digital world, meant to connect us, can often feel like a relentless intrusion, and you crave silence. A deep, resonant silence that allows your mind to settle, your body to relax, and your spirit to find its center. A silence that isn't empty, but rather full of potential, of self-discovery, of peace. You want to say, "I need some space," the words forming on your lips, but then hesitation creeps in. But worry it'll be misunderstood as rejection, that your perfectly reasonable need will be interpreted as a lack of love, a sign of dissatisfaction, or even a desire to end the relationship. This fear is common, a shared human experience that binds us together in our anxieties about relationships and connection. Afraid that asking for space means you don't care, that your partner will feel abandoned or unloved, when really it's about needing to recharge, to replenish your energy, to reconnect with yourself, and to return to the relationship feeling refreshed and renewed. The pressure to be constantly available can drain you, leaving you feeling depleted and exhausted, like a phone battery constantly running on low, leaving you a shadow of yourself, a mere echo of the vibrant, energetic person you once were, smiling when you want quiet, masking your true feelings with a facade of cheerfulness, saying yes when you need a no, sacrificing your own needs and desires to please others. These silent sacrifices can poison a relationship, breeding resentment and distance over time. But needing space isn't a sign of failure. It doesn't mean you're incapable of love or commitment. It's a sign of growth and self-awareness, a recognition of your own needs and a commitment to honoring them. Even the healthiest relationships need room to breathe, a space for each individual to maintain their own identity and pursue their own interests. Just like plants need space for their roots to grow strong and healthy without being choked by overcrowding. Our souls need time to stretch, process the experiences of our lives, and reconnect with our inner voice, that quiet wisdom that guides us when we take the time to listen. Let's move away from the idea that needing space is a red flag, a sign of impending doom in a relationship. Asking for space is an act of self-love and honesty, a courageous step towards building a healthier, more sustainable relationship. It says, "I love you, and to keep loving you well, to be the best partner I can be, I need to honor my own needs." It's about setting healthy boundaries, not building walls. This isn't the end, it's not a sign that things are falling apart. It's the beginning of a deeper, more sustainable connection, built on mutual respect, understanding, and a willingness to honor each other's individual needs. Wanting personal space is a basic human need, not a rejection. We need time alone to process life's chaos. Work, family, endless notifications. Without quiet, our thoughts tangle, leading to stress and overwhelm. Solitude sparks creativity and personal growth. Our best ideas come when we're alone. Nurturing your own interests isn't selfish. It makes you more vibrant in your relationships. Space helps us maintain our identity, so we don't lose ourselves in someone else. Alone time grounds us in our own values, ensuring we're whole individuals, not just halves. Social energy needs recharging. Solitude is the charger. When we return, we're more present, patient, and loving. Denying yourself this recharge only leads to showing up empty. Paradoxically, healthy separation can make relationships stronger. We're taught that constant contact equals closeness, but true intimacy is built on trust and respect. Giving space says, "I trust you, and our bond can handle distance." Time apart lets you miss each other, making reunions more meaningful. When you're always together, it's easy to take each other for granted. Space brings fresh perspectives and richer conversations. Granting space is a profound act of respect. It honors the other's individuality. This creates emotional safety, where needs can be shared without fear. Space prevents resentment from building up. Denying your need for solitude plants seeds of frustration. By asking for and granting space, you keep your relationship joyful and genuine. It's proactive care, not avoidance. Asking for space doesn't have to be a confrontation. It's a fundamental need we all experience from time to time. It's about recognizing your limits and communicating them effectively. It can be loving and clear. It's about expressing your needs in a way that fosters understanding and strengthens your bond rather than creating distance. First, lead with love and reassurance. Start by reminding the other person of your affection and commitment. This sets a positive tone and makes it easier for them to hear your request. Affirm your care before mentioning your need. Let them know that your request for space isn't a reflection of your feelings for them, but rather a way to take care of yourself so you can be a better partner, friend, or family member. Use I statements. This is crucial for taking ownership of your feelings and avoiding blame. I've been feeling overwhelmed and need some quiet time. This approach focuses on your experience and avoids making the other person feel attacked or responsible for your feelings. Be specific. Avoid vague requests that can lead to misunderstandings and anxiety. I'd like this evening to myself to recharge. The more precise you are, the easier it is for the other person to understand and respect your needs. Vague requests create anxiety, they leave room for interpretation and can make the other person feel insecure. Clarity builds trust. When you're clear about your needs, you show respect for the other person's feelings and create a foundation of honesty and openness. Suggest a time to reconnect. This shows that you value the relationship and are committed to maintaining it. Let's have dinner together tomorrow. Offering a specific time to reconnect provides reassurance and helps the other person feel secure. Frame it as a benefit for both. Explain how taking space will ultimately improve the relationship. I'll be more present after some downtime. Highlighting the positive outcomes makes it easier for the other person to understand and support your need for space. These pillars, love, clarity, specificity, reconnection, and mutual benefit, make your request easier to hear. They transform a potentially difficult conversation into an opportunity for growth and understanding. It's not about pushing someone away, it's about creating healthy boundaries that allow both individuals to thrive, but about coming back together stronger. Taking space when needed allows you to recharge, reflect, and return to the relationship with renewed energy and focus. Kind communication is the foundation of healthy boundaries. It's the key to creating relationships that are built on mutual respect, understanding, and support. When you speak with compassion, you create a safe space for open and honest dialogue. You invite understanding. You encourage the other person to see things from your perspective and to empathize with your needs. Practice these pillars, and you'll find space can deepen your connection. It's a paradox, but it's true. By honoring your individual needs, you create a stronger and more resilient relationship. It's a skill that transforms relationships. It fosters trust, strengthens bonds, and creates a foundation for lasting love and understanding. Knowing how to ask for space is one thing, having the right words is another. For a partner, I love you, and I've been feeling scattered. Can I have tonight to myself? I'm excited to catch up tomorrow. For a friend, I love hanging out, but I need a quiet weekend to reset. Let's plan something for next Friday. For a parent, I appreciate you checking in. I'm a bit overwhelmed and need some downtime. Let's schedule a call Sunday night. The formula is simple. Reassurance, I statement, specific request, and a plan to reconnect. Adapt these scripts to your voice. They're starting points, not scripts to memorize. The goal is honest, kind communication. When you speak from care, your needs are easier to understand. These words build trust and respect in every relationship. Here's your compassionate compass. Do's and don'ts for asking for space. Do choose a calm moment, not during stress or arguments. Do use a gentle tone. Your voice matters as much as your words. Do listen to their response and offer reassurance. Do be consistent. Set your boundary gently and stick to it. Don't do it over text if possible. Face-to-face is best. Don't apologize for your needs, they're valid. Don't use anxiety-triggering phrases like, "we need to talk." Don't disappear without explanation. Ghosting creates hurt and confusion. Proactive, kind communication is the opposite of avoidance. These guidelines help you get the space you need while strengthening your bond. Setting boundaries isn't about building walls. It's about building a gate. Calm confidence comes from self-respect, not aggression. Get clear on what you need and why before you speak. Specificity makes your request sound confident, not vague. Practice emotional regulation. Stay grounded even if the other person reacts strongly. You can be empathetic without abandoning your need. Release the guilt. Prioritizing yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. Setting boundaries is an act of love for both you and the other person. It prevents burnout and resentment. Every time you honor your need for space, you reinforce your self-worth. This is the foundation of sustainable love. Learning to ask for space, to articulate your needs, and to establish healthy boundaries is a fundamental skill for a fulfilling life. It's about recognizing your limits, understanding your emotional capacity, and communicating those needs effectively to the people around you. It's a journey from fear to freedom, a journey where you transition from being controlled by external expectations to being empowered by your own self-awareness. At first, the prospect of setting boundaries can be daunting. Fear of misunderstanding, fear of rejection, or even fear of loss can be overwhelming. It can feel like you're jeopardizing relationships or creating conflict where none existed before. But when you speak your need with kindness, with clarity, and with respect for the other person's perspective, you discover empowerment. You realize that setting boundaries isn't about pushing people away, but about creating a sustainable and healthy way to connect. You realize you can advocate for your well-being, that your needs are valid and deserving of attention. And you can survive discomfort. You can navigate the initial awkwardness or resistance that might arise when you start setting boundaries. This freedom ripples through your life. It extends to all areas, influencing how you interact with the world and how you perceive yourself. You enter relationships with more enthusiasm, with a greater sense of self-assuredness and less anxiety. You're no longer operating from a place of fear or obligation, but from a place of genuine desire and connection. Authenticity grows, and connections deepen. You attract people who respect your boundaries and appreciate you for who you truly are, because they're based on choice, not obligation. You're choosing to be in these relationships, and they're choosing to be with you, creating a foundation of mutual respect and understanding. The quality of your time together improves because you're present, engaged, and genuinely enjoying the interaction, fueled by a full energy tank. You're not depleted or resentful, but energized and ready to connect. The ultimate reward is inner peace, a sense of contentment and self-acceptance that comes from honoring your own needs, living in alignment with your needs. Your actions are congruent with your values, and you're living a life that feels authentic and meaningful. You become the conscious creator of your life, actively shaping your experiences and making choices that support your well-being, not a victim of circumstance. You're no longer at the mercy of external forces, but empowered to navigate challenges and create a life that you love. You can be deeply connected to others, experiencing intimacy and belonging while staying true to yourself. You don't have to sacrifice your individuality or compromise your values to maintain relationships. This balance is the heart of a thriving life. It's the foundation upon which you can build meaningful relationships, pursue your passions, and live a life that is both fulfilling and sustainable. Freedom and connection, two seemingly opposing forces, can coexist, creating a harmonious and enriching experience. They can dance together in a beautiful rhythm, enhancing the quality of your life and the lives of those around you. True love isn't about possession, it's about support, trust, and growth. Relationships need space to breathe, just like trees need room for their roots. Giving space is the highest form of respect and trust. When both people have room to grow, the relationship flourishes. Honoring space teaches self-respect and transforms relationships from codependency to healthy interdependence. A resilient bond isn't threatened by distance, it's strengthened by it. Don't fear your need for space, see it as self-awareness and growth. Asking for what you need is a gift to yourself and your loved ones. You teach others how to love you better. Real love holds both connection and individuality. That's the kind of love that lasts.